startups, same business, same industry, and same revenue. Now, one saves 8 lakhs in the taxes while other is liable to pay 15 lakhs in debt. Now, what's the difference? Only difference is the structure they choose on the day one of their business. Proprietorship, LLP, private limited company, they decide the fate of your business, your fundraising options, your taxes, your liability, and most important, your exit option forever. Now, based on my 11 years of banking experience and working with startups and businesses, I have designed a framework that can help you choose for your business. Hi, I am Sangeeta Sharma, an ex-bank officer. I have spent 11 years on the other side of desk reviewing and processing business loan application. I am here to tell you what banks, investors, or some business gurus won't tell you. So if you are new here, hit the subscribe button and follow so that you never miss an update from me. So let's quickly get started. Before we dive in, a quick note. This is the part 4 of my startup reality series. Now, if you haven't watched the previous 3 videos, I highly recommend you pause this and go watch them first, seriously. Now, video number 1, I have covered what a startup actually can cost you, okay, in 2026. And this tells you the real numbers, not some Instagram or some your friend's number. Now, video number 2 is the real startup cost. Is it 2 lakhs or 15 lakhs or 50 lakhs? Now, for service, product, and manufacturing industries, each one I have classified it. Now, video number 3 is the 5 steps you must take before risking your savings, and this step just causes you 20,000 in a few months. So just go back and watch those videos and then come back to this video. Now, those videos will help you decide if you should actually start a startup and how much you need to start a startup. Now, this video helps you choose the right legal structure. Now, all 3 videos are linked in the description box and pinned in the comments. Watch them in order and it will make you more sense to watch this video then, right? Okay. Now let's talk about business structure. Okay, first let's understand what each structure actually means. Okay, let's start with the proprietorship. Now this is you and that's equal to your business, right? Now there is no separation. This is easiest and cheapest to start. Now you can think of a freelancer, consultant, or maybe just a small shop owner or solo service provider, anyone, right? Now next is LLP. This the full form is limited liability partnership. Now this is a separate legal entity. Now you and your partners have limited liability. Now more formal than your proprietorship one, but less complex than the actual private limited company. Now you can think of it as professional services, small partnership firms, or maybe starting any small agencies. Okay. And the next comes is private limited company. Now this is completely separate legal entity. Now shareholders own it, right? And the directors, they run it. Now this is full legal separation between you and your company. You can think of it as startups that are planning to raise funding in future, maybe product businesses or anything that they are thinking along and scalable businesses. Okay, now we will just quickly compare them. Proprietorship, LLP, and private limited company. Now see, setup cost of proprietorship is 5 to 10k, LLP 10 to 20k, and private limited 15 to 30k. Now annual compliances, similarly, it is higher for private limited company. And now the most important is liability. Now in case of proprietorship firm, it's unlimited, and in LLP it's limited, and obviously in private limited it's limited. Fundraising is very hard in proprietorship. You can only borrow from the proprietor or maybe your friends and relatives. LLP it's little bit hard but easiest in the private limited company. Now tax rate is 30% plus in this proprietorship. In LLP also same 30%, and in private limited it's 25%. Okay. Now you know everything how much it costs, but still the real question is what are they, and it's which one is actually for you, right? Okay, now let's start with proprietorship firm first, right? Now this is what most people default to. Sometimes it's right, often it's not. Okay, let's talk about when it can be right to choosing a proprietorship firm. Okay, say If you are a service business earning say under 50 lakhs per year, then I think this is the perfect for you. I just remember we approved a loan of a freelance graphic designer. Now she was just her. This was her business. She was a freelancer. Now she had 30 lakhs annual revenue. Now just imagine this: someone earning 30 lakhs. That's perfect for her, right? Proprietorship form is perfect for her. Now why? Because there is no compliances. The compliances are very simple. It is low cost and her personal liability is very low since she was not taking debt or maybe high risk projects. Okay. Now second, we are talking about you are testing an idea part time. Now you still have a job and you are thinking to start a business in near future, so you want to test a side hustle first. Now you can start it as a sole proprietorship and you can always upgrade later, right? There is always a chance. Once your idea works, you can always scale it. Now number 3 is why it can be right. Your business is low risk. Now think of businesses like consulting, coaching and content creation, maybe tutoring. If you are non-manufacturing product, this is just like service based. Now hiring many people or taking on debt, then your proprietorship is perfect for you. Now the question is if when it can be wrong. Now here's where most people have seen they mess up. I just few days back I read a news. A guy started a food delivery service as a proprietorship firm. And to you it will seem, yeah, it's okay. He was doing he was cooking and then he was delivering the food. That's very simple, right? No. You know what happened? The customer, one of his customer got food poisoning and he sued the food delivery person for 10 lakhs. Now that is proprietorship businesses unlimited liability. Now his personal asset, house, cars, his all savings, that all are at risk. Now if your business has any liability risk, like products, services to clients, employees, debt, then proprietorship is dangerous for you. Now let's quickly break down the real cost of starting a proprietorship business. Now GST registration you can do yourself. It costs zero. Udyam Aadhaar, that is mandatory for MSMEs, that is also zero cost. You can do yourself. It hardly takes 5 to 10 minutes. Now professional tax, that is around 2500, and you will need a CA for the first year to understand the business structure. Then he will charge you around 5000. Now total setup cost can be around 5 to 10k. Okay. Now what is the annual maintenance charges? Now you have to file GST filing. If you don't know how to file GST, you will need some professional help. Then they can charge you 5000 per year. Now income tax filing around 5000 per year and professional tax also 2500. Then it's approx 5 to 15k, right? Now this is the cheapest option, but you are personally on the hook for everything. Okay. I hope proprietorship is clear for you. Now let's go to LLP. Why you can choose that? Now LLP is the middle ground. Limited liability, less compliances than private limited, right? Now when it can be right? When you have a co-founder or partner. Now two friends start thinking to start a digital marketing agency and both are contributing equally, but neither of them wants that liability, unlimited liability. Okay, then LLP is perfect for them. They are protected personally, their compliance is moderate, and they can distribute their profit flexibly, right? Now number 2, why this is right for you. You are in a professional service like say CA firms, law firms, consulting agencies, and you can say architecture firms. Now LLP is their standard. Number 3, you are not planning to raise VC funding. Now VC is an angel investor. They don't invest in LLPs. Okay, they want equity in companies. So if you are planning to raise funding someday, you can skip LLP and you can straight go to private limited. Now number 4, you want flexibility in profit distribution. Now LLP lets you to distribute your profits however you agree, maybe 70-30, 60-40, or maybe 50-50, whatever you choose, right? But in private limited, it's more rigid. Profit distribution is based entirely on the shareholding. Now when choosing a LLP can go wrong for you. We had one client with a product startup. He had sustainable packaging. He started as LLP. Now in year 2 he wanted to raise funding. Now then he had to convert into private limited, and that cost him around 80,000 and 3 months. Now if there's even a 20% charge that maybe you in future you want to scale your business and you will need to raise funding, then please don't choose LLP. Now let's look at the breakdown of the real cost. Now setup of LLP can cost you around 10 to 15, 20 to 20k. LLP registration 500, DIN for partners 500 each. How many partners are there? Now DSC, that is digital signature of the partners, that can cost you 1500 per person. Professional fees, you will need to hire someone to for this all process. They can charge you around anywhere around 8 to 12k. And stamp duty, now this varies state by state in which your company you are registering. Okay, and now maintenance charges, annual charges can be 15k to 30k. Sorry. Now LLP form 11, that will be around 0. LLP form 8, that is also around 0. You can do by yourself. Now income tax filing, that can cost you 8 to 12k. GST filing, again you will need professional help. He will cost you 5 to 8k. And now CA fees around is 10 to 15k. Okay, now private limited company, why you need to choose private limited company. This is the gold standard for startups, but also the most expensive and the most complex one. Now, when choosing a private limited can be right when you plan to raise a funding anytime in future, maybe after 2 years, 5 years, or maybe 10 years. Like angel investor, VCs, they only want to invest in private limited companies. Now if there's even a chance you will need to raise external funding, then please start as a private limited. Right. Now second is, if you are building a product or say SaaS or tech startup, now app, platform, physical product, brand, manufacturing, please go for private limited company from day one. Number 3, you want to bring in employees with equity. Now ESOPs, employee stock options, only work in private limited. They can't do this in your proprietorship or LLP firms, right? Number 4, you are planning for scale and exit. Now want to sell your company someday. Acquisition happens with companies, not with proprietorship firms. So if you are planning this, then you can choose private limited. And number 5 is, your business has significantly liability, like manufacturing product services with high risk. You need that separate legal separation. Now then you need to choose private limited. Now when choosing private limited can go wrong. Now say suppose you are a freelancer making just 20 lakh per year with just no plans to scale, then private limited is a overkill for you. The compliances burden can be real. Monthly, quarterly, and annual filings are there. There are board meetings, audit requirements. Now this this is not a smart, that will be a ego if you want to start that. Now let's break down the cost. The real cost of starting a startup, the setup can cost you around 15 to 30k. It includes your company registration, DIN for directors, the digital signature, MOA and AOA drafting, professional fees, stamp duty, that can vary by state. Now this will cost you around 15 to 30k. And now this is the most expensive one. Annual maintenance can be around 30k to 60k. Now this includes your income tax audit, ROC filing, GST filing, and even your CA retainer fees, that is around 15 to 25k. And the last one, annual compliances, now this is around 10 to 15k. Plus if your revenue exceeds say more than 1 cr, then statutory audit is mandatory, and that will add another 20 to 30k. Okay, now here's how you will actually need to decide. Just you have 7 questions and you need to answer them. Will you ever raise external funding? Now if the answer is yes or maybe, then go for private limited. If answer is no, then please LLP and proprietorship is best for you, right? Now the question number 2, do you have a co-founder or partner? If yes, we are equals, then maybe LLP or private limited. But if the answer is yes, but we bring in different equity, then please go for private limited. And if the answer is no, it's just me, then there is no question, you can go for proprietorship. Now question number 3, what's your expected revenue in year 1? Now say if it's under say 20 lakhs, then you can choose proprietorship. If it will be around 20 to 50 lakh, then please go for LLP, or maybe you can simply go for proprietorship. Up to 50 lakhs it's handleable, and if it exceeds 50 lakhs, then please go for private limited or LLP. Now question number 4, does your business have liability risk? Then you can answer like this: products that could harm someone, then you can go for private limited. Okay. Now if services to clients you can be sued, then please go for LLP or private limited. Now it's just your expertise or your time, like freelancing, then please go for proprietorship, and that's completely okay. Now question number 5, are you planning to hire a team? Now this is the most important one. If your team is say 10 plus, then you will need to go for private limited, and if it's between say 2 to 5, it's manageable, then you can go for LLP or maybe proprietorship. But if it's just you, then please go for proprietorship. And the question number 6, what's your 5-year vision? Now if you are building or saying you will scale or you will sell big, then again private limited is best for you. If you will be having a sustainable income, then you can go for LLP or proprietorship. But you don't know what will be your what will be your income, or what you are planning for future, then please go for proprietorship. Right. Now this is simple, and you can always have an option to upgrade later when you think it's growing. Question number 7, last, can you afford 50k to 60k annual compliances? If you can easily afford that, then that's up to you. You can choose any structure. And if you think it's tight, then please go for LLP or say proprietorship. And if you can't afford this annual compliances, then obviously proprietorship is best for you. Okay. Now here's my simple framework that I have learned through my experience of 11 years in banking, that with working businesses and startups, that can help you probably. So please look for it. Now choose proprietorship if you are solo service business, means that is only you. If your revenue is under 50 lakh per year, you have no plan to raise funding, you are low liability risk, and you are just testing an idea, or maybe your budget is tight, then please go for proprietorship. Now you can choose LLP only if you have a partner or say co-founder, you are into professional services, say you are CA or maybe lawyer or maybe any consultant, then you can go for partnership. Number 3, you will not raise any VC funding in future, or maybe you want flexibility in profit sharing, maybe you need limited liability, and if your revenue ranges between 20 lakh to 1 CR, then you can choose LLP. And again, now this 1 CR range is not the maximum one. Okay, that depending completely on you. If you are thinking it's manageable, then LLP will work for you. Now choose private limited if you are planning to raise funding, even maybe building a product or say tech startup, or say if you want to offer ESOP to your employees, then you have to go for private limited. Now if you are planning for acquisition or maybe exit, then private limited is the best for you. It is high liability business. Okay, revenue potential is above 1 CR, and if you can afford 50 to 60k of annual compliances, then please go for private limited. Now when you are in doubt that maybe LLP or private limited, then which should I go, then please go with private limited. I know it's harder, but you can convert later, right? Now when in doubt between say proprietorship or LLP, then please always start with proprietorship, because this is a simple one. When your revenue grows hits say 20 to 30 lakhs, then you can rethink and you can again change them, right? Now again your question is, can you change later? Then yes. Is it easy? Then my answer is please no. Say if you are changing from proprietorship to LLP, it can cost you around 15k to 25k, and you have 1 to 2 months. That's easy, right? Manageable. So you can always start with simple proprietorship business. Now if you want to convert proprietorship to say private limited, then it can cost you 20 to 35k, and it will take you 2 to 3 months. But if you are changing LLP to private limited, it will cost you 50k to 60k, and that's 3 to 4 months. So whenever in doubt, you can simply start with proprietorship. Now What conversion means? It means closing your old GST and getting the new one. It means you're transferring all your asset, that is your balance sheet, to the new one, informing all vendors and clients for the bill invoices. Possible tax implication, you need a professional to do this. You are losing business continuity, right? Now, these are say here are some common mistakes which I have seen people do generally, that they choose private limited for ego, that is to just look professional. Oh, I am a director of a company. That's a complete ego. If you are a solo person, maybe if you are taking your husband or maybe your wife or maybe your parent just to show that I want to choose private limited, then that's ego. Please don't do that. Choosing a proprietorship firm to save 20k than needing to convert, that's it cost to 80k. This is also a huge mistake people do. They start as a LLP when they plan to raise fund. They are not planning for compliances cost, and this is very common. I hope every one of you have seen and you have observed too, copying what your friend or neighbor did. Their business is not your business. Please don't do that, right? Now, all just to save some amount that can cost you another day, please don't do that. Okay, look, there's no best structure, I know. There's only the right structure for your business. Maybe service business, just you testing, then go for proprietorship. If partnership in professional services, no funding plan, then definitely LLP. And if you are a startup, product tech, or fundraising, then private limited is best. Not the structure you choose, that affects your taxes for years, your ability to raise money, your personal liability, and your compliances burden, that are much more important, and your exit options when you want to leave, right? So don't choose based on what your friend did, your neighbor did. Don't choose based on what looks like professional, that maybe it can be your ego. Choose based on where your business is going. Okay, and if you are still unsure, then please take a professional help. Talk to a CA who knows the startup well. It's worth. They only charge you 5,000 to get this all right. Okay, so you can anytime go there and seek a professional help. Now, your homework for today: answer just these 7 questions, write them down, and be honest about your plans. And if you want, we can mention in the comment box. We will discuss about them. If this framework has really helped you, please hit the subscribe button and the bell icon, and comment below with your business type and which structure you are choosing. I will try to tell you if you are making the right call. Choose smart on day one, and I will save you lakhs and headaches later. Until next time, keep building smart. Thank you. That's all for today. If this has helped you, please hit the subscribe button and drop a comment. And in the comment section, let me know what was your today's biggest takeaway. See you in the next video. Until then, keep building smart. Thank you.